am sure, mais alors I am tout à fait sure que c'est un coup de fantomas.
Allô, she's dans un terrible état. Oui, you have to come tout de suite. Oui, compris? Blue bar, jawohl.
Where are the toilets, please?
Permesso, debout. Arrivederci, bon appetita. You are very sympathic, but I prefer vous voir là-bas.
Non, sifflez pas ça, enfin. It's an American song.
Yes.
Va se faire bâtonner ici.
When your colleague gets out of the hospital, have him come and see me. Don't worry, we'll take care of him.
Yes. My flowers are beautiful.
Comment-y retrouver Mich? Moi? Demain soir? Auberge de la Capessa Negra? The menu, please. Whisky and sodas, beer, Coca-Cola, martini, on the rocks. No, the rocks. Salad of tomatoes. And a entrecôte bordelaise. Haben Sie verstanden, Amela? Delicious. It's delicious. Mange. Hey, mange, mon fils. Ich bin malade.
Good morning, Mr. Evans. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm fatigué. I am tired.
Ich bin mari de la patronne. Der beau garçon ist ein salopard. Ein großer salopard. Usted se va a casar.
That's right.
¿Y por qué?
Because I love him.
Pero usted no puede casarse. Usted no tiene el derecho. Buenas tardes, amigos.
Qu'est-ce que tu dis? Mais I believe you had your car, que vous aviez la voiture.
Well, I
Je comprends rien du tout. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire?
It is not the real reason. What is the real reason?
Everything all right? Just a little engueulade, but everything all right.
Non, je crois qu'il y a la capitaux.
Oh, que belle! Que belle! Oh, que belle! Oh, it is not your hat. It is my hat. It is my...
No.
My tailor is rich.
If I go to the Turkish bath, I risk énormément. Comment ça, merde alors? But alors you are French? Das ist eine kolossale Konspiration. Darling!
Yes!
Your attitude is not just.
Qui c'est qui a dit ça?
You go là-dedans. You go là-dedans. Si vous nicht interveniren, Maréchal Caput.
Shalom pas vous, shalom lui.
Ah, salope! Vous me copierez 100 fois, I am stupid and aggressive. Donc, I risk on the deux tableaux. Dites-moi, the girl, comme hier, sa chambre, la room, le numéro de la room. Faites-moi the.
Vous avez une nurse anglaise ou?
Chef, the.
You look bizarre, you.
Who does? The champignon?
Non, you.
That is the question, hein?
Oh non, pas d'anglais, hein?
Non, chef.
What the hex is you guys talking about?
Hello, everyone.
What the hex is going on, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm not as smart as Bob.
Wear bobs.
I was just asking your opinion. To me, it looks promising, but
no, it's like, look, if it could work, it would be great, but it can't. You're just going to have to trust a different set of oracles. You're replacing
what Bitcoin. Chain link, you know about chain link?
It's also stupid because oracles isn't solved. You're just all of that shit is stupid. Anytime blockchains work good.
You get a lot of activity with chain link. I see it's like one of the top.
Yes, because of memes. 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 They did well on 4chan.
Well.
Yep.
Figurez-vous que Monsieur Joe était un maître chanteur.
Non.
Si. Oh. Et nous avons retrouvé chez lui une liste des gens qu'il faisait chanter.
Non.
Si.
Oh.
Et si je suis là, c'est parce que vous êtes sur cette liste.
Moi?
Vous.
Non.
Si.
Oh.
Oh là 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 là!
What the hex?
What?
Bonjour!
Qu'est-ce que c'est le hex?
What is this man in the intro? He does not have a beret, no cigarette, no striped shirt, no pantomime.
It's Louis Dufunès.
Louis
Of course it is. What? No.
Oh, oui. Well, for us in Germany, that is like, this is how we imagine France, and French people like Louis de Finesse is like our hero.
And do French people think the same thing about Jerry Lewis?
No.
No.
No, he's just a funny guy. And Germans are Germans.
We're starting off
It's
right.
harsh.
So welcome everybody. It's What the HEX, episode 103. And we have our good friend CashewNut in the building. Cashew is the chief head honcho, the main Telegram admin of the French-speaking HEX community. Is HEX France sur Telegram.
Merci pour l'introduction.
So welcome to the show, and we're going to get into your story and how long you've been in HEX and everything that you do. But of course, this week has been absolutely batshit crazy. What has been going on? Like I want to go around the room and get everybody's sentiment on how you guys think about this. Like we had, of course, the pump.tires launch, the new Richard Hart founded platform for meme coins over the weekend. And then, of course, last night, the news broke that the OA, or PulseX Sacrifice affiliate wallet, have staked half of
DJ,
oui,
please
monsieur.
Put your microphone pointing to the ceiling in a different way, because the P's and T's are excruciating. Thank you.
You can hear me right? Am I talking too loud or too?
No, the P's and the T's are like cutting out your mic because
mind your P's
right
and T's.
Yes, yes.
That further away. So anyway, the OA has staked 350 billion HEX on Ethereum and also on the Pulsion side for 7 days. So what do you guys think about this? Peter, you go first.
See, there's the P's again. Watch your mic.
I have no idea. What I think is that the whole community, all the chain analysis popes are gonna say, "Oh, Richard is speaking to us again," oh, and everyone's going to be going crazy. So I don't care.
Well, what's the raw Peter message that you extract from the entire move? What do you feel? What's your gut instinct here?
Nothing. Just
nothing.
Pure nothing.
When the OA stakes 350 billion HEX
for 7 days. Wow.
But Peter, when was the last time the OA on mat
anything?
Has done any kind of staking? Wasn't it pre-big payday?
And on big payday, maybe.
On big payday, yeah.
On big payday, basically, yes. So the moments before, right?
Stole our coins.
No. He kept them from you. That African priest
from Rackham.
Okay.
Papa B, what do you think?
I think that this is a exciting moment in time in the community's history. When the OA does this in such a scale, like never before, basically, right? Well, big payday aside, for 7 days, short-term stake was exactly what happened during big payday, with a couple of stragglers that were longer that eventually got cleaned up by the controversy. Remember, with John Wick giving it good accounting. The 7 days has me discombobulated. I mean, like, he's cutting off a majority of the gains that we get by staking for 7 days.
Yeah,
that's it. The OA, if we believe that it's strictly benevolent, my mind is just trying to figure out and excited to figure out something about the strategy here. And that's a roundabout answer when I really should say, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I mean,
but I'm happy to see it.
The scenarios are for 7 days, like one, there's a 20% chance. Some people say that he emergency end stakes
Bullshit.
in the next 48 hours. I personally
mass distribution. I don't
think that, because he wants to remain the largest, the biggest.
But it would only pair its amount by 50% because half would come back to the OA.
Yeah, half.
Of course.
But still, that mass distribution would
we have
I couldn't even imagine that kind of inflation
per t-shirt payout or something.
But on the HEX side, the liquidity is still only like less than 500,000. So good luck getting out. You tank the price, so that's too risky.
It would be. And then again, if in 7 days, if he lets it ride, or if he end stakes it, like if he lets it ride, somebody else will go in, and surely they will, and good account. And then we have the old payout back per day, like a little bit higher.
Why would you good account if you can let it bleed?
Because Peter, you've got
payout.
You got 250,000 souls here. One of them is going to be a,
No, and the payout is now down to 3.8 hex per t-share, and if somebody good accounts, it would ratchet back up to the 7.8 where we were. CashewNut, what do you think? What do you make of this?
And I just want to continue what you were saying, Peter. But like, if he good accounting is doing good accounting, why is not emergency and staking? I think the reason why he's doing that is for us to ask questions. Is the master here? He has control over everything. So staking it for short term is just like, hey, I know you're looking at me, and that's what we're doing. What are you doing with what I'm doing? Just with that, and he will have information about this and decide if he wants to continue or not. Maybe he wants to pair the cost of T-share from Ethereum and Pulsechain because he's taking more on one side than the other.
Not anymore, right?
In this case, for the 7 days, it's 50-50.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's 350 on both sides.
350 billion. Yes, half of the total hex supply, circulating supply, that's being staked.
Yeah.
Which is why the T-shirt paid out exactly cut in half.
Yeah, but
some say it's because of Dipcatcher, who around Christmas made this, like at the last Hex conference, or no, at the 5-year anniversary, he pushed out this idea that the inflation is too high and the sharks being staked getting too much payout and are constantly dumping the price.
But this is old news.
Yeah, of course. But he made like a public, he
Yeah.
was very public with this at the conference, like demanding Richard to do exactly what happened last night. So
stop
that
the
there
inflation.
is, stop the inflation. But only for 7 days he would have to keep those rolling week per week to keep them up, because otherwise it would go back to where it was, right?
But you can't. But he also, I suppose, he can't keep this up for many 7 days continuations, because once you get into, let's say, 4 contiguous 7 days, now you affect the long-term stakers and the value proposition to the rest of the people. Maybe that's out the window. Maybe the 38%, blah, 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 at the longest staking period is something that he doesn't value anymore. Maybe this is a bet. Yeah. Oh, come for the meme coins, stay for the APR. Really?
Yeah. Buy the Hex meme coin. Don't buy the Hex. Fuck Hex. Buy the meme coin.
No, Peter.
Yeah.
The meme coin, by the way, just for anybody who may be listening and hearing Peter's idiocy.
Don't buy PDI. Buy the meme PDI.
Maybe if someone, wouldn't it be funny if someone engineered staking for the meme coin hacks?
That
would be overkill. But it would be extra funny. Like
I like that he.
Funny squared.
I like that he launched a PDI meme coin. I love that one.
Yeah.
And all those guys are going crazy.
Yeah. Oh my God. So just truth be told, I really enjoyed 2 days prior. Okay, so 2 days prior, honest, honesty here on the show. I was playing around with one of my local buddies. We're just like, you know what? Can we just take $100 and fuck around on pump.fun and see how this thing works? And we stayed up like all night just fucking around with shit coins as they were launching. And then at the end, and this is only 2 days prior to the launch, Richard came out. We were like, well, that was exhausting and mildly productive. I think we made like, 2x on our money over like, 6 hours. Right. And we lost our asses on a couple of them. But we were understanding a pattern and a length of time that you hold, which is like super short, right? Just pumps and dumps, all of them. And then at the end, we're like, well, I'm going to sign off. I'm really fucking tired. Time to get some sleep. But wouldn't it be funny if we ported this over to Pulse Chain? Yeah, that would be funny. Good night. Less than 48 hours later.
And sure enough, next day.
So, but you know what? The comedy is that I recognized all of the bells and I knew exactly how to use pump.fun, so that pump.tires comes out. I'm like, I'll take a winger on this most one. And it goes up like fucking crazy. Jesus. Oh boy. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, the memes, I'm like totally on both of these stories. I already told you in the green room, I'm like totally two-sided because the meme coins, I don't like that this is now a thing, because for years we have been preaching to not do meme coins and don't do trading, and it's like very conflicting messaging. And I don't like the OA staking because it cuts down our t-shirts. If you're a shark and have thousands of t-shirts, you're still making a lot every day, even at 3.8 cents. But if you're a small guy, the ones we're trying to get in here that only has 100 t-shirts, that sucks because it's like down in half. At the same time, I'm super happy about both of these things because I see Richard Hart in action, and this staking the OA coins could also just be a proof of coins, a proof of keys demonstration. Hey, I'm still here. I have access to all this shit. I'm safe, with the most wanted list. So it could just be a, showing to the world that he's there, that he's back, that he's active. And I really like to see that.
Can I propose one more thing? And I want to bounce this off of Cashew.
Propose a toast. Yes.
Yeah. Cashew, what do you think of this idea? This is like really far-fetched. A lot is going on with the SEC case, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if there's a hedge going on here by Richard? And we always laughed and said, if Richard gets compromised or like disappears or dies or is caught by some terrible three-letter organization, right? Or Interpol or whatever it is, then all he has to do is not give the dead man switch type of connection to the OA, and the OA will recognize that Richard is out of commission and automatically go into a mode where it stakes everything and then emergency unstakes it and disperses it to everybody. But in this case, what about this? A similar dead man switch where Richard wants to hedge against his court case in terms of him having control over the OA, showing he doesn't, and all of the OA's tokens get in there, they're staked, they go into good accounting at the end, and now they're on the blockchain burned and not in existence at all, and visibly off the market in one place forever, or until Richard reappears. Could that at all be a fourth conclusion? It's so far-fetched. It's just like, I have to prove that I have no control over the OA. No one does, because the tokens in fact don't exist right now, and they're locked in the contract. they can't be reminted until somebody actually reactivates it with that key.
Yeah.
What would that do?
Yeah, it's funny.
So he's getting caught, you say?
No. I'm saying that it's a message out in front of the world, right? On chain, that all those half of the supply is there, locked in the contract and
Yeah.
good accounted, and not impeding any of the value given to all the stakers, not rewarding en masse any of the stakers with a mass distribution, just sitting so everyone sees it's not moving from one place. No more, spread out, whatever. Half the supply, there it is.
It's true, but like, I don't think Richard is there. Is it in this situation? I mean, because he's like a winner. He doesn't give up, and he's prepared, and maybe he has some kind of solution, but I don't see the point of doing that, really, because he's like he wants to shape things in a way that his vision is in accordance with it.
Mhm.
And giving up is not an option to him. I don't think it is.
I don't think it's a giving up. I would view this as a nuclear option to win, right?
A nuclear option that benefits you.
Well,
bring the submarines.
So I can't think of one of these combinations of things that isn't ultimately beneficial, but it is minorly beneficial because it's just the OA moved. Oh, the second coming or something like this. Oh, there's confirmation that Richard is cooking some scheme, some plan, some higher idea. Okay, that's great. And then what? It ends in 7 days, or it repeats again.
Yeah.
What does it mean? I can't tell what it means. I just have to trust that it's positive.
Days.
You'll see in 7 days. Thanks, Peter.
We'll see in 7 days. It could also be to bring the short-term rolling stakers a bit out of the game. Maybe I'm not that much into wallet watching, but maybe they have been a big problem, that those people that always staked for just 30 days and again 30 days and straight dumping it,
And a lot of time people were thinking that Richard was like suppressing the price. Some I heard stories about that.
Yeah.
And maybe he's just waiting for all this analysis of chain to get rid of the biggest players. I don't know, like with the HEX story.
They are not staking.
No, they're not staking, but they're holding, and he wants to get rid of them.
Shake out the strongest hands now.
Although
maybe
the price jumped this morning by 30% up. It's been sold down.
Oh, it was higher than that, dude. It was higher. Like I saw 67%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, true.
It came down again. So now it's 20% up.
And almost 90% on the east side.
Which makes sense because lots of the supply has been taken out of circulation with that OA move. So yeah, it's but bottom line for me is it's great to see him.
Something
to see him do something after
2
years of silence and nothing. So that is
some limit orders would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice too.
On the other side of things, did you guys see the volume that pump.tires actually absorb? I mean, it was spitting out incredible transactions. Validator fees or rewards went up threefold It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I have a
And,
chart
and-
here that shows the deflationary action. It's here at the bottom. You see this. So this is like how many more for all these weeks before we had. It was inflationary, like more coins being created every day, Pulse, and since that launched here the past weekend, look how much has been burned away and taken out of circulation. So that's quite a lot.
But did you see that we peaked at number 4 blockchain in terms of volume?
Yeah, that too. Yes, yeah.
And yet the gatekeepers. There's so many ranking sites for blockchains that we didn't even appear on. We still don't.
That's not going away, probably.
No, it's not going away. No,
even,
no. Well, no.
Even if Trump takes Richard into one of his rallies and says he's a great man, that's not going away. No. He's gonna be the fat old scammer.
Well, there's one more chance with this is that the case gets dismissed, maybe during this show, who knows, and then we finally get listed on Binance or something, and then that way we become a bit more legit, and then maybe the gatekeeping stuff.
Really?
I mean, what scam? They call us a scam, right? What scam is this with 5 years running, still no victims? Like, what's the scam here? I mean, this is becoming ridiculous what they're saying more and more. So,
It's a slow scam.
It's called the long con.
Let me say hi real quick to the chat. We jumped straight into our conversations. We have Avalon here first, our loyal audience. We have 65 people watching right now. Crispy Man in the house.
Hello.
Crispy did an emergency stream right when the OA staking was happening, so he was going through all this, and I think he mentioned the amount of t-shirts. I think is it like 5 million t-shirts? So like it's a ridiculous amount that is being scooped up now by the OA wallet. We get Chris.
But I think his emergency was when there was only 50.
Yeah, it wasn't done yet. Yeah.
It wasn't done yet. I'd love to hear a follow-up.
50 or 250, but we know now it's 350 billion on both chains.
Wow.
On CoinGecko, it just showed PLS spiking up 1,500%. On CoinGecko, you see green candles. They then, because there are people that watch on CoinMarketCap, millions of people who sorted by what has pumped the most in the last 24 hours. And then, of course, if you're on there, that's how you get then eyes. Get Miss Avalon here.
Yep. Oh, and Toby is washing his gonads right now.
Oh, nice.
He says that he'll see us soon. So open him up.
But with his, I don't know if we want to look at his charts, to be honest, because with the recent dumperonis, probably all of his channels are invalidated that he's been holding on for years. DJ and Dougie in the house, always in the intro. When Bobs, we got Hex Glenn tuning in. And a young Toby One Hexobi. So Cashew, tell us a little bit, or for the people who are not that familiar, maybe you can give a quick introduction, like how long are you in Hex, how you found Richard Hart, and what about the Hex France Telegram room, and is Hex popular and Pulse Chain in France?
So
maybe
many
you can talk about that a little
topics to cover.
Yeah.
So I started crypto in 2017, and I didn't know much about it. I used to be an engineer before, but like I didn't know about blockchain and stuff, and I went in with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but like I didn't invest much. I was still skeptical a bit. And then I had my fair share of pump and dumps, like everyone, losing some
the ICOs,
losing some money, making some in 2020 and 2018, and also 2021. but it's before, because that I knew Richard. I saw some videos about him, and also he was kind of famous even before X. I saw his face on YouTube because I was watching a lot of not TV shows, but shows about crypto. I wanted to know more about it, and like about my personal life. At some point, I went into a bear refuge in Croatia, and I was off networks. I wasn't using phone. I did not have.
Did you say bear refuge?
A bear refuge,
Bear
yeah,
market.
in Kuterevo.
Bear market. Bear market refuge. I want to go there.
Croatia.
Yeah, in Croatia.
In Split or
Okay.
or
No,
It's
it's
the
a
only
small
town.
village called Kuterevo,
okay.
and I heard about just before going there. I heard about him launching a coin, but everyone was launching coin. There was the time of ICOs and stuff, and so one day I was calling a friend, and he told me like, do you know about Richard Hart? And I said, yes, I know. It was about to launch a coin, and obviously I was away, so I couldn't connect on my computer, and he launched the coin. And when I get back, I remember I was hesitating. It was beginning of 2020, and at some point in 2020, I just got in. I wasn't in the lowest of the price to get in to invest in X, but I was learning about Richard and his message and how t-shirts were working, etc. I went also in London for the second anniversary. And
have you been in Paris when he's been at that meetup? He did this meetup.
No, I couldn't at the time.
You were not there. Okay.
No. And after that, I also moved because I was on the continent. Now I'm living on an island. It's still France, but on an island. And yeah, after maybe two years being in the ecosystem, I decided to launch my YouTube channel and a Telegram group, etc., and like have a small community. But like I was telling you, DJ, I stopped a bit my YouTube channel because like I couldn't handle the bear market really. It's also, I think, a problem that X small communities are facing is, since we are really small, it's really hard to get people motivated somehow. I feel like I'm just here to not. I try to bring value, but people are here for their personal value. I don't know how to say that, but like it's the main thing in crypto. People are here to make money.
It's the green candles and the quick. It's not the long-term gratification. It's the instant gratification, and also the less for the tech, right? Or the ethos, how we all started in the beginning. We had a common value system. That's also what I'm missing a little bit at the moment, and everything is fractured into different groups. And then when you're already just a small community, I see what you mean, that it's
because
even more complicated.
At the beginning we were like kind of X pioneers. We were trying to understand how it works, and we were here to teach people. And now that we're gone full circle, it's just a drama on Twitter.
Yes.
And how do you how do you strengthen a community when all you do is saying that you're the one who has the right answer to everything? It's a
ego involved, and
it's a question that we have to ask ourselves, and I strongly disagree when people are saying, "Oh, I'm not here for the tech. I'm just here for money." Maybe that's the case, but we have to be here for something else in order to strengthen the community.
Yes.
Because otherwise we'll just tear up. I don't know.
Yeah, we might as well be just in Bitcoin, because the staking for long term is a different kettle of fish. I think.
Yeah,
it's special, and that was something that has been made popular by Richard, and that is like the core of everything that we do here. We on this show, we still try to stick to that. We rarely talk about other coins, although I was just about to show you a meme coin from Sticker Guy just because it's the hot thing right now, but yes, usually we try to stick to just HEX, and both hexes though. And you see Peter, he has staked now on Ethereum and on Pulse Chain. It's not just on Pulse Chain and let ETH side be whatever. So I feel vindicated in my,
Yes.
Just let both live. We promote Pulse Chain side, but ETH does not have to die because of the fact that we have Pulse Chain now. But in France, as such, is crypto very popular in the everyday life of people, or what is the sentiment or the politics with crypto in France?
It's strange because the public politic opinion about it is not really strong. But when you dive in for, I don't know, tax laws and stuff, they're really sharp on it.
Okay.
They're taxing us like 30%.
So it's not crypto friendly in a way.
It's not that crypto friendly, no, because
what are the taxes of 30% that you're complaining about? Is that crypto to crypto, every transaction on chain, or is it only? So it's only when it comes out to francs.
Yeah, but
euros. Sorry.
Yeah, euros.
francs.
Francs. I'm living 40 years ago. Okay, I'm sorry. I was in France.
They're thinking about taxing more, like specifically when you're staking, when you're every action will have some kind of tax, maybe in the future if the law passes.
So now basically it's better than the US. So stop complaining.
Oh.
We have every microtransaction, including gas, you have to pay your capital gains based on a disposition of that asset at that price based on when you bought it.
It's
even not a tiny bit of Ethereum.
It's not like if you're a professional or if you're public. No? Okay.
I mean, well, hold on a minute. That's not true. There are different rules for LLCs and different for if you have them in a trust or if you have them whatever. That's different. If it's within an encapsulation of some other kind of construct, some other kind of thing that is not a person, it's a business or a corporation, that is different. So you can, when you get the money out as payment, it counts as salary or income.
Okay.
But for you, it doesn't matter, right? Whether or not you're a business or just a regular.
Yeah, it
does.
Yeah, it does. If you're considered a professional, meaning like if you've done more than 1,000 transactions per year, then you will be like a professional trader kind of, and then you're taxed more like 35 or 40%, going up to 60%.
When it's like
60.
Yeah, because they're taxing your business plus your own person.
So basically, you can't win in France. Guys, don't go to France.
No, but at least you're getting health insurance and food stamps.
But isn't isn't the crypto scene, is that big in France, like with companies starting their own cryptocurrencies? Because France, to me,
it's starting
always
a
seemed
bit,
to be
but-
on the forefront when it comes to IT and tech, and there's always the Apple computers. Like we don't rock with
Yes
Apple in
and
Germany,
no.
but in France it was everybody has an iMac kind of. So
Yes and no. It's really strange. Where I'm at, we're like 15 years ago. Where I'm living, when
the
I
island.
say like, I'm a bit in crypto, people are like, what? In what? Bitcoin? What?
They still
What
watch
is Bitcoin?
Louis de Funès.
Yeah.
Qu'est-ce que c'est electronic money?
Yeah. Everything. People mostly they think it's too complicated,
Mhm.
and I'm sorry, but I cannot understand. I'm a nerd, so I understand what crypto is,
Yeah.
and how it works, but it's not that easy.
It's not that straightforward. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's true. We've got a way to go until this is becoming more intuitive, I guess. I wanted to have a quick look at the pump.tires.
Yes!
Since Papa B will appreciate. He's our new resident Degen memecoin
Yay.
sniper here. So this is pump.tires, and there's another dynamic with this, of course, is that it's a little bit shitting on the people that have done these things in the community for years. You know, the Tang Gang are like, yo, we have all this stuff. Why do you have... No, for real. It's like Too Spooky had a tweet just yesterday. Boss, he said, you don't have to do everything yourself. And that's true. He could have just promoted the people who were already trying to get that off the ground in the community. Another one is our friend Hexy Bastard. Like if you go to his 9inch.io DEX and you see up here in the, if I click enhance, no, here, you see up here is a button coin.quest. And if you click on this, this is already a fork of pump.fun that Hexy Bastard launched already a couple of months ago. I want to say summer last year, and it works exactly the same. You know, that you start your coin, you have to make the bonding curve, you have to get first initial investment, and then that liquidity gets locked away. But of course, in his case, it's then on the 9-inch exchange, whereas Richard's is on Pulse X. But we kind of had that already, you know. So, but no, Richard had to wanted to do his own thing, and his reasoning was that from the tweets he put out after the launch, you know, the communication is always at first he always lets us. Everybody has their own story, and then he comes out with the tweets and saying that it's market share from Solana and that he wants the next celebrity coin like Trump, you know, which had the Trump coin, which had the whole community, crypto world shaken up as it was so successful and so much money invested and people wanted to get in that the whole chain broke over there on Solana, that he wants the next celebrity coin like this better to launch on Pulse chain. So that was kind of his reasoning, I think, why he launched it. And then again, how it works, you have to connect, you have to first get through the bonding curve. And then what is really cool about this though is the locked liquidity. So all this money that is raised before you hit the bonding curve is then locked. And so in a way that these Degen meme coin founders, they can never pull all of the liquidity. They can add more liquidity and rug that, but they can never rug it to zero. So it's kind of like a safety net. And they can also not have 100% of the supply, or more than 90% of the supply. So there's still a bit of a safety measure. And I have to say it works, because it happened to me. I degened into a fake coin on Monday, which I then realized later on, hey, shit, this is not the right one that I wanted. And then, of course, the price tanked a little bit. But because the liquidity was still there with $8,000, I was still able to get rid of it. I could still sell it again after I realized my mistake, and I just lost minuscule amount of money, so that was still okay. And I think in a genuine rug, as we know them, you would be fucked for lack of better word. And then one coin that is trying to make it right now. Oh no, that's not it. I don't know why this happens sometimes.
McAfee comes.
Did you buy this coin, DJ?
Here he goes. He's going to
He
bring up
rug pulled.
Yeah.
Most got him.
Oh shit! I rocked the stream. What have I done? Oh, here I am. I was on the wrong tab. Hold on. Just to give an example, Jesus Christ. Here we are. So,
what's this?
Our friend Sticker Guy. You know, we know Sticker Guy.
Congratulations to Sticker Guy.
Who is ultra wrecked because, you know, he's been very supportive of the community. He bought the top and has only seen, you know, red candles ever since he came into the community, but still stuck with it and done a lot of work behind the scenes. So if you want to support him a little bit, you can get in on this coin of his. I'm posting the link in the chat. And this is how this works.
Sticker coin?
Yeah, it's Sticker Guy coin. He calls it Win. Like that's his coin. But just to showcase, this is how this works. So you have to get the 100% bonding curve, and only then the coin will actually launch and is then tradable on the DEX.
So what happens if someone sells and the coin hasn't launched yet?
You can
There's speculation within this little bubble of pre-launch as well.
You can sell. That's why there is this chart here. So you can buy, but you can also sell, and then that percentage goes back down again, and then you have to wait for new buyers until. So that is, you know, someone you can actually trade already in here. Like somebody bought down here and has maybe sold here, and that's why the price dropped. Like even within this pre-launch phase of it not being already through. So that's kind of how that works. So it's still degen meme coin trading, but with a little bit of an edge with this locked liquidity.
Okay.
You know, so.
But you can make profit even if the coin hasn't launched. That's what I'm concluding.
I don't think it'll be much, but yes, it will be within this thing. So yeah, that's one way to trade. And then when you know, but then the thing is, you get a better price, of course, during this pre-launch, or your better token allocation.
Yeah.
But you have to like really believe in it. Like who knows if this one, you know, will make it to the DEX, and then who knows what will happen afterwards. I mean, with the most token that RH allegedly, you know, that's his ones, the most and the pump is 2 of the 19 coins that were launched by the OA during the start of this. It is said that with these 2, the pump and the most, that he holds 95% of the supply. So that's the speculation with that, you know.
I don't know if it's 95 on these. I think it's 80. And I also think it's 20 tokens now that have been launched under that same address.
Right.
Just from somebody who, you know, could glance at it, you know.
It was 80, but someone explained another 15. There is a thing about that is another wallet was interacting, and you know, so the degens say it's 95. So on both of these, not on any of the others. You know, they were more like, you know, ADA and P-Dye, you know, all
Oh,
these
Ada.
coin names. But
Did you hear that B-Roots is trying to get people together to make Ada bigger than Cardano itself? Hilarious.
Oh my God.
Hilarious.
And Charles was apparently trolling too. He said like the most will get more, I don't know, more market cap than actual Pulse chain, or he was trolling too. So, you know,
Charles
that's what
can
it
go
generates. It
and
gets interest
snack a
and
sausage,
eyes on
yeah.
it. And, you know, so there we are. So are you excited about all the pump.tires or?
Nah.
Toby, what?
And then there was
what you
Toby
say?
with clean balls.
Bonsoir, je m'appelle Toby SOV.
Le Toby One.
Je te connais, Toby.
Les toilettes de Toby.
Muchas gracias. Wait, merci beaucoup.
All right, Toby.
Nice to have you on. I'm very, very happy to see Notre Dame Cathedral being restored and open to the public again, I believe, soon, if not already.
That's happening next summer. Right?
No, it's already.
My heart was broken.
done. Okay.
My heart was broken when that was going on. I have fond memories of trips to Paris throughout my life, and glad to see that is getting back together.
Thank you, Hex Squid.
Documentaries on the restoration too. People are
come back.
Toby, what do you think of the staking?
Dude, I had steak for dinner last night. It was delicious. Are you talking about the OA staking?
Yes. What do you make of all that?
Yes.
You know what? I mean, I have theorized for a long time that there could be a situation where the OA would stake a large sum. Now, it does, with it being a weak stake, I don't know how this would work out as far as penalties go. But I always speculated there could be a point in time where, as kind of like a reward for the loyal, the OA could stake a large sum, emergency end stake it, and thereby give penalties not only back to themselves, because that's how penalties work, but actually increase the yield for everyone, almost like a new big payday, right? I don't know necessarily if that's what's happening.
The supply is a little bit outrageous, though, right?
Yeah, that'd be a little much. Well, and plus it's 7 days, so it's like I'm not even sure how that would work because it's less than 90 days. So the staking penalty stuff is different.
Instant 100%.
Not less than 90 days.
Yeah, less than 90 days would be 100% penalty.
Yeah, all of
the early end stake.
Now, look, check out the wiki. It's different. I believe the stake has to be either 90 or 100 days, and then you're subject to like the more stringent rules. I mean, I could have it flipped, but I'm fairly certain if it's like a stake that's less than 90 days, the penalties aren't as stringent if you end it less than 50% of the way. But
I think it's wrong, but okay. I mean,
check it out. Check it out. Let us know in the chat if anybody knows for sure.
Crispy should know.
Yeah, Crispy Man would know. He's in the chat. Crispy, can you please tell us on a 1 week stake, what's the penalty look like at a halfway point? We'll wait. No, go ahead.
Everyone just sit here silently.
Go ahead. So you think? But do you think that this is it? Do you think that that's what his plan was at 7 days, or do you think it's a message?
I don't know. I'm really not sure what to think of it because with it being a 7-day stake, Ben Sierra had a really good take on it on Twitter. I thought it was pretty well informed and outlined.
Hex Squid says it's 100% penalty. By the way. Agrees with me.
Could be. Is it 100? Okay, well then I got to flip flop. So maybe it's the one that's over 180 is where that kicks in.
Yeah, I think it's over 180. It gets less stringent.
Got it. But
so many
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm a little bewildered on this one. I really don't know what the intent is. I mean, unless
we will see in 7 days.
We will see in 7 days or 3.5. But we will see. But it could simply be a nod to the fact of what we've all been saying for a very long time, that he's not forgotten about HEX. Because why would he do anything at all on the HEX side if he really and truly abandoned it, right?
Exactly.
So maybe there's
Peter.
a little bit of confidence building there for both hexes. I'm sorry, Peter. The original baby boy of the HEX ecosystem.
Konventionell HEX.
Right. Anyhow.
And it zoomed 90% back up to 1/3 of a penny.
Now, Bitfinesse says OA being diluted. I don't know about this. I mean, I see your thought there, but I mean, he still gets 50% of every stake in
every ES. Yeah.
ES
Well,
and whatever. So
has it been more than 24 hours? Like, have we seen how it's impacted the yield yet?
It's half. It's like 3.8. Let me just bring up.
Well, it certainly disincentivizes shorter
stakes. Till you make it. Woo.
It disincentivizes shorter stakes. So it's definitely going to
see here.
If this continues to happen.
Stake for longer. Yeah.
It's going to be one of two camps. It's either going to be people are not going to bother staking at all, or they're going to stake longer.
Yeah, it's not incentivizing new stakers now with this payout. That's another issue, kind of.
Yes.
So it's really.
Well, it's disincentivizing. Well, actually, it's disincentivizing all staking because, I mean, if you have that much of the supply now staked, then even the longer stakes are, producing less yield.
Yes.
Well,
there's no yield for everyone right now. Like, what?
All right.
The fuck?
The longer you are out, Toby, the less the 1 week affects you. But when it turns into a month, now it starts chewing into, annual stakes. You're now losing 12% or 12%. No. Anyway, you're losing 1 month of it, right? Which is 8%, something like that. It will be chipped off from your gains for the year-long stakes, and then it leaks into the multi-year stakes when it hits, multi-months.
But it's perfect, flawless operation, Papa B. Don't forget.
Oh yes, I forgot. Let me stake now.
Okay.
100% uptime.
100% uptime.
And it's ratcheting up the
zero yield.
The T-share rate faster.
It isn't. No, it is not. It is not. Crispy Man.
Just jump by 100. No.
No. Crispy Man showed that it's going to rise
by nothing.
Less and
really
slower. Yeah.
We don't know anything on the show.
Right.
Well, you got to watch Crispy Man and Maddie's whole initial.
Yeah, that's where you get the alpha. Go and watch Maddie's.
This is where you get the laughs.
This is where you get the laughs and the Louis de Funès.
The frustration.
Toby, what do you make of?
I'm a clown.
Toby, what do you make of pump.tires?
Dude, I don't know. Here's my thinking. All right, I see the Tangang crying. I see other people that tried to make moves toward meme coin creation and community and stuff, crying a little bit.
Yes.
Here's the kicker. All right, I think it's kind of funny because Richard has this way of eating everybody's lunch. Richard wants glory. Richard wants to be the king of the hill, whatever that hill may be.
Yes.
And same with, and I hate to say it, P-Dye guys, but after I saw this, it made me think even harder that RH ain't coming on board with P-Dye. It's
of course not.
Why is he going to come in and basically give all that power to people that already hold large swaths of the supply? He wants to be in charge.
The P-Dye idea was from the start retarded. Sorry, Toby, to interrupt.
Well, I mean, you know what? People like to speculate as a meme play, whatever. I have a bag, it's like I'm not saying buy it. It's like I bought some early. I sold enough to where I've got a moon bag, as I will do with my degenerate plays. Very, very small percentage of my overall portfolio.
Jeez.
I do not advocate people doing that because typically what they do is if they hear anybody like us saying that we're doing it, whether it's with the pump.tires stuff or you name it, they will go allocate way more of the portfolio than they should and end up wrecked because it is really highly, highly speculative. It's like if you go to the grocery store here in the United States or the convenience store to buy a lottery ticket, you don't give them 90% of your paycheck to buy lottery tickets, right? I mean,
there are special people that do.
Well, yeah, but that's unusual, right? So yeah. So my point being is that it's a small percentage. And it's for fun. And if, you hit it big on one, that's super exciting. Just like if you have a scratch off from the convenience store.
It's called pump.fun.
Turn your dollar into 500.
But more to your point, before we get to the tragedy of the charts, Toby, would you conclude, though, in the TLDR that you're a Costco vendor, that's fine, but watch out, Kirkland is going to come out with their brand right next to you and undercut you anyway if you're onto something.
It's like Amazon. It's the Amazon
Costco model. Yeah.
It's Amazon basics, right? Like if you see
same thing.
It's the same exact thing. So you see something that comes out on Amazon, it's being very successful. Very quickly, a copy comes along. This is almost kind of like a weird opposite version of that because I don't know, maybe because the Amazon basics stuff is usually not as good In this
Right.
situation, I think the Richard Hart stuff is maybe not better
Not as
necessarily,
good.
but it fosters more confidence because it's from the founder, right? And it's and here's like I saw Corey Costa. God bless Corey. My heart goes out to the kid. You know, number one, he's a kid, right? He's young. He's we all have this emotional roller coaster response to stuff. As you get older, hopefully you're a little less susceptible to the swings of that.
No,
you're
not.
bitter like me.
Well,
it
I mean,
amplifies.
I don't
as
feel
we
like
get
I
older.
freak out as much as I would have as a younger man.
I pulled my skirt over my head and ran around in circles and right off a cliff yesterday.
Oh my god.
Dude, I mean,
"Ah!"
I caught some charges when I was younger. I won't do that shit at this age, right? You know what I mean? It's like, so I'm very much more tempered. I think most people are as they get older. So Corey's a younger man. There's a lot of younger people in our community that are privy to these types of emotional reactions.
Just a moment, Toby. Crispy confirms not 100% penalty. Well, then what is the penalty, Crispy, on a one week stake? What is the penalty?
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. It's like there's some sort of weird, like, get out of jail free almost card for a less than 90 day. If I remember,
I didn't know that. Okay,
or whatever.
Damn,
you can check it out. It's like I'll find the link and I'll drop it in the chat. But it's a
always
weird
learn something new about t-shirts.
I don't know if it's not sponsored or something anymore. And my apologies to Cashew. Number one, I love cashews. It's my favorite nut. Number two, this stream is, I hope that they're not as rude to you as they are to me, where they just completely...
Shut the fuck up, Toby. You're not going to get any help from Cashew.
I'm with the 15-minute...
It's not going to team up on your side, Toby.
No, but just to finish on this, the pump.fund, the original, has just been hit. You see this here with the cease and desist order. That's like
remove something from blockchain.
Yeah, that's like another thing.
Bravo.
Do we want to open ourselves up with even more legal scrutiny at this?
Yes.
Yes, we want, right? Okay.
IP infringing mean.
Well. So
see,
let's,
this is what happens, right?
Let's hit the charts, boys.
It's like they just beat me with a stick, and then they're like, "Dance, monkey, dance." It's like, now, go.
Dance.
The music's on. Dance for me, monkey. Ching, ching, ching. I get my fucking cymbals out and
30 seconds
monkey
left.
grinder on the street. I hold out my cup for the fucking what the hex guys. I'm not getting any of those super chats. Whatever. All right.
No one's
so
getting
on the
anything.
charts.
No one's getting super.
Onto the charts. All right. So we'll start off with Bitcoin, right? Okay, because why not? It's the king of the hill. And I like to show like the longer chart. This thing, if you go all the way back.
Oh, we lost him.
Oof. Big
all-time
Charles
high.
Hoskins, come back in.
We didn't. No.
Hoskinson, where are you?
I'll just see. I'll say nothing at all.
Toby's punishing us.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
All right. So anyhow, this is the Bitcoin chart. The reason I'm showing this one first is because it's the king of the hill. Also because this pattern, this giant ascending white channel, has gone on for years and years and years. If you can squeak it all the way down here, goes all the way back like to 2012 or something bonkers. Like it shows some touches, something like that. A long time, long time. So right now we're at the top of this channel. Friend of mine I spoke with recently is convinced that we will not break out of this channel because we never have broken out of this channel, which is not a bad take. However, because of the nature of the previous all-time highs in the 4-year cycle and the way that these things have moved, it's like I think it's kind of like we gotta. I mean, this is kind of a do or die in my opinion. Now, after talking to him a little bit, it's like if we don't break and sustain above 110K, this could be diminishing returns for Bitcoin going forward. And it could be kind of a sideways thing for God knows how long. Less volatile, but not nearly as much upside. And we knew that always was going to be the case, that eventually there was going to be a situation where you're not getting a 10x, on Bitcoin in a cycle. But I still have hope that we're gonna break that pattern. We're gonna get up, at least 180, 190 Bitcoin on this cycle. I'm gonna be still looking for the breakout to match the previous 4-year cycle in April. See what happens over the summer. See if we pull back and get a double top like we did back in 2021. And maybe push above 200K. Obviously that would be very bullish for the overall market, and it would also be bullish for Ethereum in particular, which I think, if we get to 200K Bitcoin, we could be looking at 20K Ethereum. with all that being said, we got a little work cut out for us here with Bitcoin. We're doing the sideways chop. It looks like it could be a bull flag. This is a parallel channel, and then this is the little flagpole here. If we take this one up here and say, okay, let's maybe wait until March to start the breakout. The measured move on that gets us up to around 150K. It gets us well above this top line of the white parallel channel. And again, the full measured move on my parallel channel, if we break out in April, is going to get us up around 190. If for some reason it's delayed and we don't break out of that channel until later in the year, closer to September, then that just moves us up a little bit because of the slope. That gets us up closer to 200K. So it all depends on when we break the channel, what the measured move is likely to be. These channels play out regularly all the time to a smaller scale. This is a big daddy one. So it'll be really interesting to see how it plays. Right now, we've got this little chop. If there's going to be any downside to this, I wouldn't see it being more than the height of the channel. So, if we do get another capitulation candle here somewhere in this chart, I think very much so that it would be a bear trap at this point. And if you see a dip, you'd be real lucky to get in on some if it comes back down here to the midline around 77,000. I don't see that happening. I think it would be bought up very quickly.
I think Bitcoin is fine, but Ethereum is pretty much wrecked. They even had a death candle.
I think green. It's the same thing, bro. It's like green candles solve everything. If people are making huge amounts of money on Bitcoin, it's finally topping. They're going to start rotating into other things. The first thing they're going to look to rotate into that is a safer bet is Ethereum. If they're looking for higher yields and higher payouts and higher opportunity, they're going to go into alts, right? But if they're trying to just like de-risk, like take some of their Bitcoin profit and put it somewhere that's not super risky, but still has some upside left, if they're thinking about the previous 4-year cycles, Ethereum always pumps after Bitcoin. So
they have very little time to do that though, Toby, right? They only have like a month between peak of Bitcoin and peak of Ethereum.
That's typically how it goes. Like in previous cycles, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but it's like I'm speaking to the 2021 cycle in particular. It was a month later that we peaked.
Richard did it. Bitcoin peaked, then he bought in.
He pulled it. He pulled a Toby one. He bought the top of Ethereum. Is that what you're telling me?
Fell out the parabola.
I'm the king of buying tops. Are you kidding me? I am the exit liquidity. This is this guy. So I don't know. So I think we're still in good shape. It's just there's a lot of unknowns going on right now. We're seeing how some of the exuberance over the election has kind of calmed down. Now it's like the wheels of justice turn slowly. So not only are we still waiting on the verdict, so to speak, on Richard's case, we're also waiting to see how these mandates and executive orders that Trump has put in place, future President Richard Hart, that Trump has put into place, how those play out, because they got to go to committee, they got to become law, they got to be enacted. So we'll see how it goes. You all right, Papa?
Do we need to call?
Get that guy a lozenge. Get him a lozenge.
Get the emergency.
God, I was joking on the games.
Get him a lozenge.
I was joking. I can't stand the gains we're achieving here.
Oh man.
But
continue.
You said we never broke the channel before.
The white channel?
Yeah.
Not this channel. Not this channel. Yeah, this channel, it's like we wicked above it a little bit back in April of 21, got right to it in November of 21. Back here, the top in December of 17, we were right on it, bounced off it for 3 weeks in a row. So the downside, we were hitting the bottom of this channel consistently through November of 22 up until March of 23. Again, came back down and rode it from August of 23 through October of 23, and then began to move off of it since then. It doesn't, but there are other channels, there are other patterns that we've most certainly have broken out of. People have seen the rainbow charts and others. I'm just doing strictly and maybe you're not familiar. I don't blame you if you're not. I do a real stripped down, like basic like TA 101. It's just parallel channels, and maybe I throw in a triangle if I'm feeling spicy, but it's like I just try to make it like the simplest TA for anyone that wants to play around, and parallel channels play out a lot. And so you might not get the full benefit of like a more advanced technical analysis, but you're going to get like 90% of the way there as far as where something's going and how far it's going to go.
But what I was thinking is like, if everyone is seeing that on their screen and they're realizing it's kind of the top of Bitcoin, why aren't they all rotating already on Ethereum?
Well, because I think everyone was anticipating a bigger pump than this above previous all-time high. I mean, our previous all-time high was what, 69,000?
It's not even 2x.
It's not even a 2x, right? So I don't think the bears have given up yet. I think the bears are wanting, a 2, 3.5x, something like that, and they're not.
Bulls.
The bulls, excuse me. The bulls are not satisfied yet with this. So I think
Also,
that's
nobody sees this channel. It's just on the what the heck show, which is
right. Nobody's satisfied.
Yeah, but on the What the Heck show, many people are wealthy. No.
Let me tell you a story about how I was very paper rich at one point in my life.
When I'm wealthy, will I be on this?
I know this story, Toby.
We have
sad but true, my friend.
Jokes, maybe.
Time to go to Ethereum.
All right. Do you know what? Actually, TradingView just had an update, and Pop, I'm not even messing with you. It blew up my Ethereum chart. So we'll look at it here in a second. We'll run through the RH core tokens real quick, and then we'll go back and see how easily I can look at it. But it's gone. So as far as
also crispy man also said maybe 400 to 500 million penalty per 50 billion if EES now, but that's the first day, so that would be the worst. Okay.
Yes, it's very
small.
Not
that bad. It's
right,
not that
exactly.
bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's a shorter stake, you're not as. That's what I was saying originally. So check out the wiki. It tells you in pretty good detail, because I was always surprised by that. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, you could stake for 90 days, and if you get out like less than 50% of the way, you're not completely nuked. It's like, that's weird, because I always thought it was like 50% or nothing. Like you got to get 50% of the way through your stake or you're nuked. But yeah, but check it out yourself. I'll drop the wiki leak. If you Google it, I think it's
wiki leak.
Toby C wiki.
What year are you living in?
No, there was a HEX wiki. Here it is, penalties. But see, the weird part is like look at the
oh my god, it doesn't even have
decentralized wiki.
I guess, right? I mean, but so people get sketched out. So you can Google it like I just did and find it yourself. And then you go down here to penalties, and then it says, there's right here, estimated penalty interest accumulated times 90. This is a stake of, less than 180 days. So for a stake of less than 180 days, the crossover point where penalty does not touch principal will always be 90 days. So basically at that point, it doesn't touch the principal at all. But what I guess it's speculating is saying, like here in example 1, if you staked for 100 days, emergency and staked on day 12, assume interest received is 2,000, for example, half committed equals 50. Multiply that times the time of days of the commitment divided by the days that you actually completed. And then if you had put in 100,000, you're only going to get 87,000 back if you only completed 12 of 90 days. So this gives you some examples, and you can kind of look through it. It's too complicated to try to go over on a short stream like this. But check it out.
I've been at this for 5 years, and you'd think that we would know these things.
Well, it's complicated, dude. It's not as straightforward as you think. It's like, I literally, do you know who gave me this? Dev Kyle. Like, he pointed me to this because I was asking about it. I'm like, dude, this is a little, because I was talking to him about an idea like Maximus before Maximus. And then this spun out from that conversation. I'm like, how exactly do these penalties work? Whatever. But yeah, so he pointed me to that, and it was good. So anyhow, back to the charts. This is HEX, the one and only, the original, the baby boy HEX, Peter's favorite.
We should call this Peter HEX.
It is the official coin of Kvechnia.
Had a nice pump today.
Enough. Get going.
So we can see here we've got a giant white channel again. This time it's descending, sadly. But this goes all the way back to basically right around the time of the Pulse sacrifice in the summer of 21, up to the peak in September of 21. And basically we bounced off the top of this channel multiple times, worked our way along the midline, tried to break out again in March of 23, and again in May of 23. And then we capitulated, rode along the bottom from August 23 down to October 23. Interestingly enough, that's also when Bitcoin was coming off of its bottom. Bounced up to midline, down along the bottom, just rode the bottom all the way from April 1st of 2021 all the way down to, 2024, all the way down to September of 2024, where we finally got a turn to the upside and started working our way north. We were playing around with fractals a little bit and had some success.
A little bit. We were swearing by them.
Well, we weren't swearing by them like as far as an indicator of what was happening, but it was remarkable how close they were following them. So
Yes.
that was an interesting thing to watch. So we actually found a new fractal when the other kind of fell apart.
We're moving the fractal,
and it laid in nicely from January forward, and made a lot of sense that we would kind of come to the bottom of this channel and then work our way back up again if we were going to follow the fractal from February of 21 through September of 21. And that's basically what this green fractal is. With this recent capitulation, we obviously broke the fractal. We even broke the channel, right? So there could be an argument here that this channel failed, but at this point we went well back inside the channel and are now back on the bottom line of the channel. So, as long as we stay above 0025, I'm going to feel a little more confident that we continue to ride the bottom of the channel and then slowly start to work our way back up. If this fails and we break down, the full measured breakdown, nobody wants to hear this, but if this yellow channel has been pretty for a while, but if we get a full breakdown from this, we're going back to the bottom of the white channel, which again, confluences, right? When you see things line up, it makes you feel like there's a stronger confidence that that's what's happening or could happen, right? So, if we break down from here, the next support and the full measured move of that yellow channel takes us all the way down to 4 zeros and a 6. Or I'm sorry, 3 zeros and a 6 on the bottom of the channel.
Wow.
And what did HEX launch at?
0. So
no, EHEX.
All-time lows was 4 zeros and a 5.
4 zeros and a 5. Yeah. So we're
So
3
we'll
zeros.
see
And a 6. So we're still up 10x. We'll be up 10x from the launch. Right.
Yeah. We're going to be buying down there. That's for sure.
So, but I have confidence because the trend is the trend. I don't feel like the trend is completely blown yet. We're working our way back up. I think this big green candle yesterday was really nice to show some strength on HEX, getting back into this pattern. Showed a lot of confidence there. It sold off about 50% of the way of that big green candle from yesterday. And we're right, like I said, we're right on the bottom of the yellow channel. So I'd be looking, if we fall below 0025, I told you what the downside is. Hopefully we can work our way and build a base and get some support and start working our way back up. And then, as I was saying before, with my anticipated breakout to follow the 4-year cycle on Bitcoin being in April, if we maintain this channel, follow the fractal, and kind of work our way back up and start our breakout in April as well, the measured move of that gets us up to, what was it, about 10 cents? Yeah, just about 10 cents. And then also the fractal, curiously enough, where, again, confluence, you got more than one indication, like pointing to the same spot. This fractal that we were doing from February through September of 2021 also takes us up around 10 cents. So, it's a matter of how quickly we break out and how quickly then we go on up to that level. That's what it's saying if we follow the fractal. That's what it's saying if we break the white channel. And again, if we stay at a 4 or 5 to 1 ratio with PHEX, then you're looking, if you got a 10 cent EHEX, you got a 50 cent PHEX combined, that's all-time high. So, that's with an asterisk, of course. Hey, we hit all-time high combined. I don't think that's glory, but we'll find out, right? I think ultimately, if we could get EHEX back to a legitimate all-time high on its own, that's going to speak to the broader markets more stringently. But we'll see. So moving on to PHEX, the new brother, right? The genetically superior, apparently, brother. His chart is looking very similar. Same scenario. It's like
the market has chosen.
We fell out of it. Peter has chosen, right? We fell out of its channel as well and have started working our way back up. And it's similar scenario. We're right at the bottom of the channel that we've been in all the way since. And I think I probably wouldn't really call it a channel until September. So since September,
can I ask a question real quick?
No.
Do you guys think? Sorry, I'm the captain here. Do you guys think? Man, you threw me off now. What did I want to say?
Yes, we think. Welcome to my world, bro. I can get a phrase out. I can't even finish a sentence on this fucking show.
Hold on. Do you guys think that people sold their core coins over the weekend to go gamble on pump.tires?
Absolutely.
Of course. That's what we do for
the downtrend
ever.
because
I
Bitcoin
didn't,
dumped.
but everyone else did. Yes,
I didn't. I had some Ethereum laying there that I used, quite frankly, and I actually had a little USDC as well.
Yeah.
And I did that, and instead of buying my HEX badge like I should have. In hindsight,
So the
I would have been
majority
better
of
off to spend my
people-
$600 on my HEX badge. Let me just put it that way. All right.
So the majority of people are not like us. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm saying the majority of people are desperate.
Right.
If they have,
Including Richard.
no, hang on. If they've got a portfolio that's down 90+%, they're saying, "Hey, I'm not break even until we 10x," and they have uber low confidence. They're looking for a lottery ticket. They're looking for a moonshot, and they get desperate. And I've seen it time and again. It's like I've told you guys the stories. I'm not going to go into it in length. I used to gamble for a living. I was a professional blackjack player. I watched it time and again. There'd be a tipping point for players, and they would get down so much they wouldn't give a fuck. They would start getting getting advances from the casino. They would start hitting credit cards. They would totally break form, because a good, solid professional gambler, you got a bankroll. Once you're done with your bankroll, you stop. No matter what, you don't get emotional. I'm saying there's a lot of emotional people in the market at this point. It's been a prolonged bear. People are beat down, and they're looking for the golden ticket to like get them out of these depths. In my opinion, because of my experience in Bitcoin and Ethereum all the way back in 2017, holders and founders, bro, make it. So I am holding on for dear life, just like the acronym stands for, hold on for dear life. And I advocate that strongly. It's like, don't fuck with your core bags. If you want to degen into some of this other stuff, great. If you're listening to guys like Pookie and other guys that are big into the meme coin space, even Roots, they're incentivized for you to come chase their bags. They've already got big bags of these meme coins. So they want you to believe, hey, man, everybody wins in my casino. Come on over and gamble more than your fair share. It's silly and it's irresponsible. If you want to play a little bit, but be fucking smart. You know, it's like, don't sell in my opinion, I wouldn't sell any of my core bags to chase anything. But if you want to peel off a little bit of your core bag, and sell 2% of it, then it's your fucking money. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Just do your research. Just don't go crazy and EES your stakes and sell off a ton of your core liquid assets to go chase these things, because more often than not, it does not work out.
Yes.
Yeah. So you think he created pump.tires not to attract people from Solana, but to drain even more people that are in loss?
Non-believers?
He saw it happening already. He saw people doing it already. They were already selling RH core assets and have been for years.
That's
to
true.
Chase things on Solana, to chase other weird little startups on Pulse Chain itself, even to chase other things. To Alti, we just had Alti happen. That wasn't on Solana or Pulse Chain, right? So people are prone to do that, and I think that he just saw the shifting tide. This is not cope. I'm not trying to make justifications for some shift in principles, as Corey was alluding to. I think he saw that, hey, degens are gonna degen. So we can either own the casino and have it benefit core holders by burning Pulse and Pulse X, which is what pump.tires does.
Yes.
Do it at your own risk. Mm-hmm. And just like with his outrage marketing, he's telling people how exciting it is over here on Pulse Chain. What you got to read between the lines and see is kind of like with the outrage marketing. We had to understand that underneath there was core, humble Richard that really wanted to make the world a better place and look the other way at the outrage. The outrage marketing was meant for others, not for us. The outrage marketing was meant to get eyeballs on them, and maybe a portion of them would do the research and realize that Richard had something of quality and to bring to the table, right? Something that's of interest, something that could educate and enlighten them. Same with this thing. This isn't for us. Don't get distracted by even Richard's shiny thing, in my opinion, right? It's like, this is to get eyeballs on our ecosystem, to grow it across the board. The bigger underlying theme is it burns Pulse X. I mean, I don't know what the numbers are.
Next chart. We got to show it get moving. Come on.
Okay. All right. So that's HEX. Basically, same situation. It dipped out of the channel. It's back in right now. I think as long as we hold above 1.3, where are we at? Like 1.3, 1.4. Yeah, as long as we stay about where we're at, we're good. If we don't, I mean, you want to see the downside on this one?
No.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well. Okay, so the measured move on this, if we go ahead and this little pump back up,
new lows.
It gets us down to new lows. Yeah, gets us down to new lows. It would take us down to double
We're not
zero.
doing that.
003.
Of course,
I'm still anticipating the breakout in April.
Move forward.
Yeah,
and
if
we're
the
gonna
case.
dump more. It's
I'm
gonna
still
be
looking.
great.
I'm still looking forward to the case that we break out in April across the board, and we start our move up in April. The measured move of this particular channel, if we can maintain it, gets us up to about 41 cents. So 41 cents here, 10 cents on HEX, 52 cents, all time high combined. Right.
Well,
52.
Yeah.
But here's the thing too. That's April. Remember, that's April. We broke out and got our all-time high in September of 21. So if we're just going to hold to that 4-year cycle narrative, Bitcoin tops in April, Ethereum tops in May. We don't top till September. If we get to 41 cents in April, how much higher can we go by September? Right? It's blue sky breakout. We don't have any indication of where we could find supports and resistances because we've never been there. So and FOMO is crazy. It could happen for a day. It could happen for 4 months. From April to September, just parabolic lunacy. So we'll see. It's not going to be boring, and it's going to be way more fun than the last 3 years. Trust me on that.
What's the top of the channel? Can you go back? What's the top of the channel? If we don't get that breakout, what's the top of that channel?
By April, that puts us at about 10 cents.
All right.
So if we just get to the top of the channel in April, that's 10 cents. If we never break out of the channel and we just kind of take it all the way to September, and we just are ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, and we never break out, the top of the channel in September still puts you at 36 cents.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So my theory would be is that we get a breakout. And then we start to pull back as Bitcoin and Ethereum pull back. And then, we probably rebase off the top of the channel, and then we get another push up. And then I know this sounds crazy. And as everyone's like, oh, moon math bullshit. It's like, I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibility that PHEX hits $1 this cycle. I really think that that's well within range. We'll see.
Okay.
All right. Moving along. Pulse. All right. Pulse is a little dicier scenario. Oh God, look out. My channel went running around. Okay, there it is. Stop moving.
Pulse dicier.
Okay.
I don't.
So
really
here we dipped a little bit below. We had this channel we were trying to get back up to the north side, and we came a little bit below. We're still technically broken below the channel. There could be an argument here that maybe the channel needs adjusted, the slope, which happens sometimes. You got to move your channels around and see if they make more sense in a different configuration. If this is more of what's happening, do we have another point of contact back here? Yeah, we got points of contact here in May. So it could just be a situation where our slope was a little too aggressive and we had to lessen our slope. And then that kind of puts us more in line with what I'm seeing in the other assets, which is that they're riding the bottom of their channel. So, I'd kind of lean toward that actually. And that's no joke. The first time I've touched that channel since last week, to me, this makes more sense to have the slope just adjusted a bit. But still, if we were to break down from it, this is the height of the channel. If we broke down, we'd be at all-time lows, right? For Pulse, we'd be at 4 zeros and a 2-3. So not great. I'm still anticipating the breakout in April, as we had talked about on the other assets. And then that would take us up to approaching all-time high, which is 2.5 times SAC. So 3 zeros, 2.5. So I think and that's a confluence, right? Because it's lining up with the previous all-time high. So that makes sense to me. I could see that breakout in April hitting all-time highs. Maybe we pull back and cool off a little bit through the summer and then run again toward the fall. And then blue sky breakout, maybe we do a 10x from SAC. Time will tell. But I think we're definitely getting back to SAC, and we're definitely going to break all time high. Because what's the shittiest chart ever, right? That you never get to
HEX
price. we had the launch. This is what I'm talking about, bro. It's we had the launch and had this over exuberant pump. We went all the way up to 2.5 times SAC. If we don't break that,
good times.
That ain't good. That ain't good. Our first cycle, it is imperative that we get above that, even if a little bit. We can't have a chart that never even got back to its day 3 high.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, hold the richest beers.
Hey, if there's enough that gets burned along the way, people like that narrative. It becomes deflationary. More people are participating in the chain. They got to buy Pulse for gas, if nothing else. And then they start participating in the farms. I think we get at least back to all-time high, And, and what I would love to see is like we get here and get back into this original white channel, and then we break out again of this white channel, in the late summer, and we're up at 22, 23 times SAC, So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be fun. If you guess enough, if you make enough predictions, one of them is going to be right.
Yes, the world is your oyster.
Exactly as I predicted.
We could go here. Okay. All right. Now moving on to Pulse X. Pulse X is an interesting one because it's like it also has its own descending parallel channel, which we've been watching, and we're riding right along the midline of that. Last week, we noticed, hey, this actually could be a giant triangle. So we threw in this yellow bottom line here to just kind of show the triangle, right? Now, triangles typically, for people that are unaware, break out around 80% of the length of the triangle. So if the triangle is 1,000 bars, that means it would typically break out around 800 days, which, oddly enough, is July of 2025. So we might not get the breakout that we're, if we're using that logic, we might not get the breakout in April that I'm anticipating. The breakout of that channel in April takes Pulse X up to 0023, which is close to 2.5 times its SAC value, well above its all-time high, which was just about 30% above its SAC value. So that would be nice. If we get the measured move of the triangle in at the 80% mark in July, the measured move of the triangle is usually where the second point hits is. So this is a little different than with parallel channels because it's obvious what the height of a parallel channel is. With this, you don't do it from the very beginning. You do it from the first hit of the top and the second hit of the bottom. That's how I was taught to get the height of a triangle. And then you take that to where your breakout is, which is about 80% of the length of the triangle, which would put us in about July. And where does that take us for the measured move on a triangle? That takes us up to about 6 times SAC, 3 zeros and a 6. So that could be cool. I don't think anybody would complain about that. Right now, we're trading along this blue dashed diagonal to the downside. That's the midline of the orange channel. So similar to the other patterns that were on the bottom of the channels here, the support we're looking at is the midline.
I hear many people saying Pulse X is the best play, and because of the chart and the
I think it's the most undervalued. I think it's the most
axes.
undervalued. Yeah, I mean, honestly,
but I was
right now,
disappointed that all this burning, from the pump.tires didn't have more of an impact on the Pulse X price. But
I don't think. All right. There was a big argument a long time ago, like, Bitcoin's scarce. There's only ever going to be 21 million. And then people figured out really quickly, it's like, I can't afford a whole Bitcoin. So I can get a fractional Bitcoin. Well, then guess what? Your narrative of it being a limited supply is out the window. Because I can get I can get a Satoshi, bro. Right? It's like, what do you mean limited supply? Get the fuck out of here with that. So most people don't really buy into that narrative anymore. So, but what they do like is deflationary. Right? Because at least you're not making more.
Burning. Yeah.
So burning helps in that regard. It might not, lend to the idea of scarcity necessarily for anyone that's paying attention. For people that don't know a lot, they might still jump on that. Like, it's scarce. There's not as many. I want it because there's less of them. Okay, whatever.
Okay, let's move on to ink and then Ethereum broken chart.
Yeah, we're crazy over time already.
Yeah,
Let's go.
No worries. All right, so
what's the format of this show?
You guys let me talk. You're done here. All right. So ink. All right, the clown of the family, the baby boy, most talented and beautiful. Everyone loves the baby.
The weakling.
I was the baby of my family. Sorry,
the runt.
So the runt of the litter. Yeah, somewhat. Okay, so anyhow, similar situation. We're in this parallel channel. It's very similar to what we saw on everything except Pulse X. It broke below its channel and it's trying to get back in, and this one actually got rejected. So that's a little disconcerting because the other ones actually got back in their channel. We could do a similar thing here, but I don't think we have much room to move with to play with as far as like trying to adjust it to see if
mission accomplished.
Slope. Oh, maybe.
It's fine.
So it could be a situation. Yeah, actually, this works really well because if you can see here, we got it as a bottom here, top, wick through it here, rode along it, top.
Perfect.
So yeah, so it could be that the slope is just a little aggressive. So now that the slope's been adjusted a bit,
that's what my grandfather used to say at Thanksgiving in a racist slur. He used to say about World War II.
Angle of the dangle.
No, those aggressive slope.
Wow. Okay, careful. All right. So anyhow.
But hold on. What about this story though? There is an AR.
He was a racist grandfather.
There's an RH wallet allegedly that sold down 70,000 ink for PulseX.
Interesting,
right?
But there is other bullshit too that was saying that the same wallet that created Most created the DAI token on pump.tires, and then that was disproven. So, dude, do your own research. Don't even listen to us. Don't even listen to people that are willing to show their faces on the internet. Do your own research. We can tell you something and lie to you just as easily as somebody texting it onto frickin' social media platform.
See, the Jew on this show is lying all the time.
This doesn't count. This doesn't count as research. This should give you ideas to go research on your own and get to the core of and find out what makes sense for you. This is your money. You know, your portfolio goes tits up. Don't come looking to any of us or anybody you heard from on the internet. They're not going to help you out. You're the one clicking buttons. Do your due diligence. Don't substitute someone else's confidence for your due diligence, right? Richard Hart said that in the movie that I lost thousands of dollars on producing.
Please continue.
This is what I got. This is what I got for that.
Richard Hart was right.
Moment of silence for Toby's movie.
High stakes. That's what I got.
Hat. Nice.
Spend a few G's.
A dad hat.
Okay, so anyhow, bottom of the channel there, same situation. I think as long as we stay above 130, we're good. We'll see if we continue downward. The breakdown on this.
Different.
If we break down on this, we're going to all-time lows around. Which is nauseating to think. If we kind of slowly work our way back out and get that breakout in April, then we're looking at $20 ink. So we'll see how it goes. Top of the channel by April is around $6, which is that weird sweet spot that Rackham had predicted.
Move it.
Christian.
We'll see.
Rochelle.
Whichever.
Rectum.
All I heard was tits. Yeah.
Chris.
That'll get your attention. It happens.
Come on now.
All right. And I mean, that's pretty much it. It's like we can try to look at Ethereum if you guys want to see if I can.
Please. Yeah.
It has a death cross on my chart. What's that all about?
It says I've got Ethereum here, but when I go to it, it's actually pulling up an old HEX chart. So let me figure out how to fix this maybe. If we can just find ETH.
Do it on the fly. We're going to fuck up and lie.
ETH price is so bad, even Richard cries.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, that's the other story
do something.
We didn't even touch yet. Like he's down bad.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
he's one of us right now.
One of us.
Crying, bitching,
and he's complaining to the deaf. This is how bad down he is.
And did he get a response? I don't work for you. No expectations.
It's not your money.
Papa and I have talked about this before. It's like, whenever there's a green candle day, you hear a lot from Richard. It's like when it's red, it's like we saw him on stream, like pretty much just screaming at us before. Like, well, you guys are the ones pushing the sell button, exactly. So it's like, he wants it to succeed.
Just wait patiently.
And he's not
like
wrong.
Us, Richard.
So let's see here. If we're going to go from February 21 to the peak, and try to
get the president of the United States bought Ethereum. What other billionaire do you have to buy Ethereum? Huh? The richest man on earth bought Ethereum. Now what?
This is log. Yikes. This is fucking weird. All right. Let's see where this goes. So basically, if we put this in place here, that ain't good. Oh, wait. No, it goes back to January. Sorry. But yeah, we already diverged from it. So it would actually be like this. Yeah, I can't make this make sense. Sorry, guys. February.
Fractal is on Cractal.
Yeah. This puts us only getting to an all-time high of like 6,000.
Yeah.
If we're following the fractal situation,
in the time we have left, you mean?
That's pretty ugly. Yeah, in the time we have left, that would get us out till December.
Unless it's a right translated bull market, then that could be different.
I don't know, dude. It could be a transgender market at this point. A hermaphroditic chart. It's got all the genitals. I don't know. It's got them all. It's a gay frog chart. I don't know.
Click log.
It's disappointing.
It's pretty gnarly. It's like, I mean, it's maybe a triangle.
There is no channel, Toby. No,
there's nothing. I mean, that's the thing. It's like sometimes, you just got to admit.
But guys, you're not
shit.
You're not,
It's literal shit. There's
you're
no
not
channel.
bullish
I mean, that ain't good. I mean, we could go the other way with it and see if maybe this is a
You're not bullish enough.
Yes, that's a channel. It's
what
on
if
the top
the national Bitcoin reserve and Ethereum reserve?
You're seeing how the freaking sausage is made right now. This is what you do. You just move shit around. Oh, hey, what?
What?
Wow,
that's a good channel.
You did it.
This is
nice.
Wham, wham, wham. Bottom, top, bottom.
It's
There
a
we
ray
go.
gun.
Easy peasy.
The end. We won.
Tops. It's a lot of weird gay switcheroo.
And the measured move now goes to less.
Thank you. So basically, similar situation. And if we're following the channel and we go to the top of the channel by fall, you're still up to 8,300. What I'd be looking for is a breakout of the channel. That's why I like breakout.
Even the chat is already leaving us.
I know they're like,
over time.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So April breakout, just to kind of be consistent with everything else. April breakout gets us to 15,000 Ethereum. Who doesn't love that? Everybody loves $15,000 Ethereum.
Respect.
We'll see, man. I mean, Ethereum's got a long way to go. It's got a big black eye from everything right now. So, I mean, it's got a long way to go. The only hope is all of the profit taking from Bitcoin will rotate to Ethereum. That is, in my opinion, the only saving grace. I don't see Vitalik becoming some marketing genius overnight for the first time ever and somehow getting his chain to be more popular than it's been. It seems like he steps in it more often than not lately. So I think the only chance is just smart money moving to a less risky but still crypto asset. And I mean, with Trump's organization, a lot of other big players buying Ethereum, I can't imagine those smart people.
But it's not, we cannot see it on the chart. Where are the buys? What the fuck?
OTC on Coinbase.
And find out.
Yeah, OTC on Coinbase.
GA31.
But Baron Trump just shielded over the weekend, so.
Yeah, he's getting desperate too.
Yeah, but that's about all I got, fellas.
Nice.
Sorry.
Thank you very much, Toby. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We got 100 people watching right now. Smash the likes, follow up.
Cashew, and don't forget to give Cashew his
Cashew has the last word. Exactly. Anything you like to share with the community, and thank you for all your work on the Telegram. Where can people find you? Like if they like to hear about Hex and Pulse Chain in French. French-speaking community.
On X, even though I try to avoid X as it's a poison now.
Shit show.
Shit show. But yeah, on X France, on Telegram.
On Telegram, yes.
Yeah.
I've put a link in the description.
Cool. Thank you very much.
You can click that. Anything else you'd like to share with the community? Any hopium?
No.
No,
no. I just want to say, vous devez vous aimer. You have to love yourselves. You have to embrace the community. You have to we are not obliged to be builders, but we have to get in the debate and not argue and not drama. Be smarter. Just be smarter.
Make love, not war.
Yeah.
So John Lennon.
Yeah.
Go love yourself. An invitation to also go fuck yourself.
It goes together. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Very nice.
Thank you, guys.
All right, you guys. We see you on the next one. Peace out. Outro.